Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to another bonus episode of Diablo 2, and it starts raining as soon as I started on this. Well, it stopped quickly, so I guess my nagging at the God of Nature was fine, but today we're taking a look at Druid Pelts. Now, you'll see over on the left kind of like the goals of what I'm looking for on here. Of course, you're going to have the standard things like resist and stuff like that, but you're also going to be looking for plus skills, and there is a sought-after thing, which is a +5 helmet. These are all rares that are gotten from Hell. You can get them from, I think you can get +2s from Nightmare as well, but these are all Hell helmets, and I will include a download of like my favorite ones from here. If I don't have enough to fill an entire mule, I might throw some surprises on there, like some Jalals or something like that. I don't know yet, but I have organized it into like the type of helm, wolf, bird, and antler kind of things. So we actually have them kind of separated out by that. I don't have them separated by color because I'm neurotic, but I'm not that neurotic. So anyway, we're going to start identifying these. Over on the left, you will see a list of things that I'm looking for, but for the most part, we're looking for plus skills. I'm not super interested in summoning ones, although you can get some decent summoning ones. Like if you had a +2 all skills with +3 grizzly, that would not be a bad helmet for a grizzly druid. But generally speaking, the druids that use summons are not very strong. You're generally going to be using the summons as to supplement either elemental or your whatchamacallit. You're either going to be supplementing your elemental or your shapeshifting mode. Shapeshifting generally is better served by uniques, although you can get some, like this one right here, if it had +2 skills and some other good stats, that +% bonus to attack rating is very nice. It would be a good addition. If you had like Fireclaw in here, it'd be actually a really decent helm. But we don't, so it's just going to be like, okay, it's there. And so far, I haven't seen anything too amazing. Got a +1 skill here with Volcano, which is okay. I am looking for both fire and wind ones, so generally speaking, the most sought after ones are going to be your, well, basically your tornado. It's going to be 3 tornado and 2 all skills, and your 2 all skills and sometimes 3 twister. Having grizzly or the oak sage on there are kind of good, and so far we're not doing too well on these. We do have 123 of these, if I counted correctly. I'll have the right count in the title, but I do have 123 of these, so we should be getting something decent, even if it's not a +5er. I do actually have some socketed items that I'm going to turn into kind of man-made +5ers eventually. So there's one that's actually kind of close, +2 elemental skills. That would be an okay thing if it actually had a good elemental skill with it, like it was +2 elemental and volcano, or +2 elemental and twister, or even +2 elemental and hurricane would be okay. But this would be one of those that it has the potential of being good. It's got lightning resistant life on it as well. It's not bad. So far, not too great. We've got okay things. Nothing really stand out. What we would really like is something with all these +5 things on them and some extra resists. So that is ID 1. We'll go ahead and jump into ID 2, not ID cutie. So let's go ahead and just keep going. Now, the green ones, I can pretty much guarantee you are going to be +2 skills. There is a chance they could be poison resist, but I think that's a different shade of green if I remember correctly. So we're going to be looking at these and hoping for the best. I am actually looking forward to that green one because it could potentially be better. Just because it's not green doesn't mean it's not going to have plus skills. So see, that one, it is +2 druid skills. It's +2 hunger, which makes it not that great. It repairs durability, which would mean if we had gotten this ethereal, it would have been fine to actually put stuff into. Not really worried about defense on these, but it doesn't hurt. So cold resist was nice. So far, we haven't really had much in the way of good resists on these either. It's kind of disconcerting. But yeah, required strength. Okay. But we're going to keep moving up. Oh, and yes, you can get sockets in these. I think you can get 2 sockets in a rare. Which if we got like all 5 thing, I mean, if we got the +2 skills, +3 to one of our desired skills, and 2 sockets, oh my god, that'd be even better than pretty much any unique you could get for a caster, in my opinion. Because you can control what you get in that as far as other stuff. That's decent resist, but it doesn't have anything else going for it. I will probably include all the +2s so you guys can kind of fiddle around with them, but other than that, probably not too interested in that. Plus mana based on character levels, not bad. This one's yellow because of the enhanced defense. Normally it would be blue because of that mana thing, but it is what it is. This one's blue because of Nova, and there are different shades of blue if you haven't noticed. Like, the Nova ones are kind of like a darker blue, whereas The Frost Nova is going to be a lighter blue, and then you have a Mana Blue. I think Mana Blue might share the same thing as the regular Novas. That one is plus life, that's why it's red. Now, I forget what causes one to be dominant and one to not to be, and that's interesting. If it had plus all skills or something like that, or plus summoning, that would actually not be a bad summoner one, because Heart of Wolverine, Grizzly, and then plus skills would be amazing. So far, not too happy with our results, but I think we'll eventually find one in here, because we have enough that we should get something decent, even if it's not amazing. There's a +2 summoning skills with a tornado on it. Kind of mediocre. I'm not really interested in summoning, like I said. There's another big enhanced defense one. Another big enhanced defense one. Shape-shifting skills, that's actually not bad, and the 5% bonus to attack rating is not bad either. We've got some poison resist going on here, and repair durability. Not something I'm going to use because I have Jalal's main, so it's not going to really work out very well for me, so we're just going to go with that. And that one's not bad. That is actually what we're looking for. And it has a socket too. So it's got Frost Nova on it, +2 Druid skills, Hurricane and Tornado, and it's got enhanced defense and 1 life, woo, and it self-repairs, so that one socket could go into like resists, or it could go into a rainbow facet for cold, which is pretty much the only thing you could actually use it on. Unfortunately, it's only +1 Hurricane, so you're not going to be leaning on that too heavily. You'd only have +3 Hurricane. +3 Tornado, though, is actually sought after. So that one, not a bad one. We could actually put a Resist All Jewel in there and make it decent. So let's go ahead and check in on our last one. That's the best one so far by a huge margin. So let's see. Grizzly, Heart of Wolverine, 6 life, poison reduction, not really that great either. And you notice Charge Bolt doesn't have a color. It's a neutral one. So that's all for 2. We have 5 mules, and then I have the rest on our usual mage thing. You notice we've gotten through the dog faces, and now we're on to the birds. I'm doing them in order of dog, bird, and then antlers. So, yay. And we got a lot of blues in the bird ones, so expect a lot of like mana or lightning resist. Not lightning resist, mana or frost novas. Or regular novas in the case of that one. This one is 1% bonus to attack rating for every level, so that can actually help out quite a bit. If it had plus skills and even just these stats, it would be an okay melee druid kind of setup there, because you'd have a really big boost to attack rating. You'd have Spirit of Barbs, not Spirit of Barbs, you'd have plus skills going into it, and you have actually some resists on it. So that one is garbage. So far, not too happy. Generally speaking, the rares are going to be kind of meh. Your mileage, generally whenever you're farming rares, trying to get like the elusive rares, you're going to end up with probably about 100 of one type of rare that is bad, and then you'll end up getting like 1 or 2 really good ones out of the entire bunch. One thing you do want to look out for is the durability on these things. You notice that that's 20 and that's 60. Whenever it's 60, that's actually a failed unique, so that means if you can get one with really good stats and 60 durability, it's even more amazing. That one would be good if it had plus skills, because it's got the 3 Tornado and 1 Volcano, although you generally don't overlap the Wind Druid with the Fire Druid, because they both require a lot of synergy points. There's another summoning one. I'll include some summoning ones just because, but I really don't like summoning helms. If I'm going to be a summoner, I'm going to go with like Harlequin Crest, or I'm going to go with another +2 skill helm. Just like a generic one with other good stats. I'm not going to go for just making super strong summons, because frankly, I don't like playing a summoning druid. It just doesn't really do a lot for me. You can make a really strong bear, but you need other things. So let's see. 1 druid skills and fury, doesn't really have anything else. If we had actually even gotten +1 skills on this, I would consider it a decent helmet, if you're wondering. So let's keep going forward. 10%, that's garbage. This one is also terrible, it's just not good. It's one that I'd use if I was going through Untwinked. Of course, there's others of these that would use a lot more, but that one's okay for like a Lobby helm. It's level requirement of 32, so basically right at the end of normal. That would be actually decent. So, yeah. And you could actually find, I think, I'm looking at the mods, the only one that I'm questioning you might not be able to find at the end of normal is the lightning resist. I think the rest are relatively low level requirement. Direwolf, absolute garbage, and another summoning skills one. We are going really heavy on that summoning skills thing, and it's leaving me kind of sad. Actually, did we identify all of those? I need to double check. Did we... Oh, we did not identify all. We're missing one, because it should be one out of that last tome that's not identified. I guess we did identify them all. I swear we should have had one more ID scroll because we have 21 here. Well, someone's going to tell me in the comments if we just completely borked that up. Maybe no? Okay, whatever. That's that. Okay, we'll go ahead and back out of it. I thought I had 21 in there, and I should have. Maybe I don't know. We're going to keep going. So let's go ahead and identify that. That is going to be +1 Druid skills, solar whatevers. You've got Shockwave and Twister, kind of garbage as well. Decent resist, though. +2 all skills and plus Shockwave wouldn't be bad for a bear druid, although you'd want something like the +1% attack rating per level, which you can get on Druid Pelts, and some resists. So that wouldn't be absolutely terrible. There's another socketed one. Not really good mods on it, though. Armageddon, Volcano, mediocre. Let's see what you've got. 1 Druid skills, 10% faster hit recovery, massive enhanced defense. It's got Nova on it. That's why it's blue. We've got 2 greens in here, so we're gonna get 2 +2 helms. So that's at least a plus. So they end up going into our little antlers, unfortunately. I'm identifying the others first. It's fine. Yeah. So far, so bad with the bird ones. Frankly, I'm kind of glad we haven't gotten any good ones that are the bird one, because I would actually consider not using them, because I hate the look of the bird face. It's ugly to me. Some people love it. More power to you. I hate them. So that is what it is. 5% attack rating, not bad. Charge bolt when struck. The yellow's from the light radius boost, if you guys are wondering what that one's from. Nova attack rating, not really good. Summoning skills in Nova again. As far as like my favorite, by the way, the wolves are my favorite. The antlers are my second favorite. Mediocre. It's got some plus skills on it. It's got charge bolt. It's got decent defense boost, but it's not going to give you anything else. There's our bonus to attack rating again. Okay, defense, light radius, fire resist. That actually wouldn't be terrible if you were like really desperate for a helmet, but if you have other things to choose from, you're not going to be picking that. That one's going to be Tornado and Solar Creeper. And what do we have in our +2s? Charge Bolt +2, not really good anything else. And we've got Druid skills, Fire Claws, and Summon Direwolf. That's not terrible. It's not good. It's +2 skills, so you guys can actually use that. Hunger and Enhanced Defense. I'm still bothered by that one. I may have to do a jump cut and make sure that I didn't like bork it up somewhere. But I'll do that after we get done identifying the rest of this. Because if I miss one, I want to go back and get it. Because I want to actually show you 123 of these. So Pain Visor, and if I did skip it, I might just inject it into the video as kind of an addition there. We'll see if it's not something worth commentating on. Mana based on level, bonus attack rating, not really good on anything else though. Shape-shifting, okay, mediocre. We'll check on the next one, Hunger and Solar Creeper, yeah. Armageddon Shockwave. Shockwave Solar Creeper, it's +3 on both of them at least though, so it's not terrible. It actually really is terrible. That one was just complete trash. So far, we don't have any greens in here, unfortunately, so we're not going to be getting +2 all skills very easily. The ones that could have it are going to be these dark yellows, and this one right here. The neutrals aren't going to be +2, unfortunately. I should probably not be picking them up, but I kind of want to give an accurate reflection on what you're going to find if you are just picking up these helmets regularly. If you are looking for a +5er, a +5 tornado one, you generally want to be picking up the colored ones like blue, yellow, anything with a color on it would be a good go-to for that. And there are some good ones that we could get that are not, like you'll get +1s out of this that have decent stats on them, which are, it's not a terrible thing. You're not relying on plus skills if you're doing a melee druid. So I'm going to do probably in between this one and next one. And there we have another one that it feels like we missed one. There it is. There's the one we missed on you. So I'm going to go ahead and jump cut real quick. And I'm going to check if I missed one on that character, and if I did, I will be right back. Otherwise, we'll be back on the sorceress in just a second. Okay, I guess I either had one on there that was already identified and I didn't notice it, or I messed up somewhere, but I didn't see one in there that I hadn't identified, but we still have 18 more to round this out. So it's either 122 or 123. Either way, we're going to keep going through these. Let's go through here and see if we have that. Not good so far. Although in this one, we do actually have a decent number of colored ones, which is red and blues, which I don't mind the reds. They don't look terrible. They don't look good, but they don't look terrible. So we can kind of shape-shifting skills and shockwave. There is a thing to go for if you are really leaning heavy into shockwave. You could do 2 shape-shifting and 2 shockwave. I mean, 2 shape-shifting and 3 shockwave, and look for something to increase the stun on that. But still, you'd want something that's a high mana, and it's kind of a weird one that you don't really necessarily need to focus on. So we are not looking... 2 sockets. 10% faster hit recovery is not a bad one to have on these either. Maul with 2 open sockets. I'm liking the 2 open socket ones. I might include a few of those to see if you guys can kind of mess around with them and make them worthwhile. Unfortunately, a lot of them haven't had plus skills on them. You can get plus skills in 2 socket. It does cut out opportunity for other skills, but it's not terrible. There's a Fissure one. Let's go ahead and keep going. Druid skills, Fire Claws. It looks like we're only going to have that 1 plus 5er. Unless, and hey, we got another plus 5er. This one's not as sought after as the other one. This one is plus 3 Volcano. Volcano is actually, oddly enough, I would rather have Fissure, but Volcano is actually a really good one to have if you're going Fire Elemental Druid, so I might build around... It's got kind of crappy things, so I could put a socket quest into it and get 1 socket into it, increase maybe our fire damage. I wish it would have been Bear instead of Solar Creeper as well. I forget whether you can get the Oak Sage with Volcano. There is like an upper and bottom, a higher and a top and bottom limit. There we go. For plus skills, like where you can get them. There's one reason why you don't get really low level assassin skills unless you use a cube rolling technique, because the assassin claws can only get skills starting about halfway through the claw item pool. So yeah, about midway through Nightmare, you start getting claws that can get plus skills. So you can't get the low level stuff because the eye level of the claw is too high. So you have to roll it in a cube to actually lower it down. Druid helms, you can actually get all the skills on, but you can't get, say, a level 1 skill with a level 30 skill because of how they're tiered, if that makes sense. So you can't get like Lycanthropy and... I'm trying to think of one to actually throw on that. Lycanthropy and Armageddon. You can't get those together. So, yeah, it's one of those weird things where you kind of have to kind of temper your expectations. So you kind of have to think about that a little bit. So like a level 30 skill, you're not going to get with a level 1 skill in the shapeshifting tree. You're not going to get the Firestorm with Armageddon. You're going to end up getting, say, Volcano with Armageddon if you're really leaning into the fire, which would be actually interesting now that I think about it. That'd be a nice one to track down, but that's one of those like super rare, darn near impossible things to find. The plus 5ers are actually semi-common. You'll probably get 1 every 100 or so drops of the helmets, especially if you're filtering it for the colored ones only. Like if you're only picking up the ones that are red, blue, green, or yellow, you will end up with, or white. You can actually get white ones as well. We saw a few of those in here, but they're super uncommon. Those can actually have plus 2 skills and can be plus 5ers. The way you can make a like homemade one is with Delirium plus a socketed helmet of your choice. Now, Delirium does have the side effect of turning you into one of those little Stygian dolls, which is a negative, but it is a way to get a plus 5 on your desired skill relatively easily. So it's up to you whether that's worth it to you. I might end up showing that in one of my like weird items videos, where because I'm planning one where I show off items that seem impossible but aren't, and I might include some other things that are interesting, unexpected uses of items. So look forward to that in the future. Subscribe if you want to see it. But until then, that is our show off of a lot of magic finding. I've been gathering these for only about 2 months of the magic finding. They drop relatively frequently, but I've just been gathering them in hell difficulty whenever I had the room. And this is what we ended up getting. So we got 2 helmets that I actually really like. They don't have a lot of really amazing stats. This one has 17% lightning resist, which makes it good. But we have one for fire and we have one for wind. So I'm kind of set in that regard for kind of messing around with weird builds there. But we could also just use plus skill helmets. So we'll see where it goes. But if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on Diablo 2. Look forward to the Death Berserker this Friday, like after this releases, just as a little heads up.